ready to be shot? Are you? Are you ready to be shocked? I was lost in thought. You made it. I'm tempted to explore every nook and cranny. Anyway, I've got information. This is such a quiet and desolate place. Since I'm temporarily in charge, we've detected an increased amount of dimensional anomaly. The phenomenon seems to be a temporary one. The targets to be investigated are the dimensional energy survey points and the They do seem pretty far away, don't they? Apparently, it was decommissioned after the development of RK teleportation. But as Kyle said, riding this bad boy was like riding a Ew. Anyway, it's a shame that such a useful piece of equipment was retired. It was probably because there's nowhere to use it, right? After the war is over, we should all take a trip to the seaside with this thing. I hear you can still find unpolluted water. Oh, yeah. Operation instructions. Look, it's written in the manual here. I'll practice with it some more later. You go ahead.
clusters of breach creatures have been detected within the unstable dimension zone. Search and destroy. Special assault ship detected in the airspace. Descendant, engage the assault ship. Descendant, this is surprising. And not in a positive way, of course. It may be hard to believe, but the body tissue of the Vulgus you are currently engaged with contains colossi DNA. The situation is more critical than we thought. If the Vulgus have created a new species, we need to gather as much data as possible to develop effective countermeasures. Classifying the Vulgus currently in Axion under a new category. Designation is the Legion of Breach. We are detecting mixed Vulgus and Colossi signals. The exact size of the force is difficult to determine. We advise all Descendants to engage at their discretion. Tactical transport en route to the Descendants' position. Close air support available. Danger close. I repeat, danger close. I'm detecting biosignals of powerful enemies. They appear to be different from the usual Legion of Breach units. Biosignals of powerful units detected. This is a match for the Abyss Scarab, a creature which is indigenous to the Axiom Plains. It's likely to be a mutated variant. I received the materials you sent. It's clear that the dimensional balance has been compromised since the Ironheart was used. While I analyze the energy patterns, I need you to investigate a few other locations. Do you see those giant circular structures? They're called Colossus-guided capture zones. If a dimensional breach were to occur, these constructions would be the only remaining defense against any Colossi on the Axiom planes. I need you to go and survey these Colossus-guided capture zones. As expected, many of the outer walls have suffered severe damage, and the decoy pulses are non-operational. Hold on. This signal is... Descendant, you need to get out of there quickly. A void storm is rapidly approaching. Valby, do you copy? Fall back, both of you.
Warning. Large-scale dimensional breach in progress. Please evacuate to an area out of range of the siren, or vacate the Colossus-guided capture zone. All sensors in the vicinity, please respond to ground interception.
Descendant, do you read me? A powerful void storm is approaching the Axion planes. Energy readings are approaching Sigma level. Evacuate to safety before it's too late. Descendant, this looks like a dimensional breach in progress. I repeat, dimensional breach. Colossus inbound.
Nell, what's happening?
A dimensional breach has opened directly onto the Axiom plane.
Got a question about the operation? Received your report, Descendant. Unfortunately, despite your efforts, we have a serious security situation in Ingress. Axion, where the balance between dimensions was already unstable, is being breached. Once the void storm subsides, we'll begin an operation to recapture the Axion planes. I know. The colossi that have appeared in the Axion plane seem to have evaded our radar. I can't imagine that a colossus that had made it as far as Ingress would... We'll find out when we retake the Axion planes.
Seeing Albion in an uproar again means we must have had another huge guest. I have some information about our latest guest. Stop by when you have a moment.
Special human child.
I heard that the arrival location of this, it appeared in a place where the intercept. Unfortunately, we can't upgrade, but I can help you according to the data, your mobility the power output is a critical issue. And you are still going to have to use. In that case, I have something for you. Try this prototype part first. We'll see how it performs in.
Ready to undertake a void I'm glad you're safe. The dimensional breach in the... It seems the Vulgus. Of course, this means Albion HQ halted the if the fighting continues. You seem unhappy with HQ's. Balby seems to share your views. I've heard, but the void can't be thought of as water that can... The more we try to empty it, I hope you'll trust HQ's decision.
Alpha, now that the Descendant core... Key points to cover include First, our defense operation against the invasion is going well. It's got to the point where I'm not sure if the enemy is targeting strategic positions.
If that really is their objective. And what on our side? Do we know...
We've mobilized all of our reconnaissance assets here at the Kingston radar station. Alpha, now might be a good time to reevaluate. We've already identified an important... This grand invasion is headed to the only place in Ingress that qualifies is Sigma Sector, the land of annihilation.
Now, you need to drop the void storms there turn all matter amorphic. Of course, it's possible that the Vulgus used the Ironheart to assist. You're just trying to make your theory fit your requirements.
Enzo, why don't...
It's not about trust, Nell.
But, if the answer we're looking for... We have investigated almost everywhere in Ingress and we can't rely on common sense of... Nell,
Alpha, are you serious? More importantly, Nell, are you real?
See? No matter how unorthodox. As for dispatching the recon corps.
But we don't have that kind of reconnaissance.
Well, naturally, our tools will need to be. This operation will utilize the. I'll pass along the.
What?
You heard Alpha. I'd like you to take over field command in the White.
Enzo's perfect for this.
I.
I have seen everything. The salvation of two worlds. Descendant, you have destroyed the Ironheart and preserved the balance of the dimensions. But the war is not yet over. Corel has vanished with the remaining Ironhearts, and we do not know where he might have gone. Humanity has pursued this to the bitter end. And finally uncovered a brutal truth.
Descendant, this mission will require all the strength you have. Go with Enzo and head to the White Knight Gulch.
It really isn't anything personal, right?
It isn't personal.
I'm pretty busy. Good. You're here. This operation... But once I read the report, not only can you see all of it, in other words, to think that the Vulgus were... The problem is, the White Knight Gulch has fallen back into... So, the first objective of the operation is for myself and the... We're short on time, so if you have... Oh, and by the way, Eugen is essential to the restoration. Anyway, well, I'm...
Nell, I'll pay for the suit. Can't we keep this a secret from the military police? I don't want to do disciplinary training again.
It's not about the cost, Bunny. It's about the unauthorized use of ultimate equipment and development, which is a serious military offense. All right. If this mission is successful, I'll let you off the hook.
I'll do it. I'll do anything. You're here. But I heard that Valby and you... whatever. I'll leave the hard stuff to you. All I'm supposed to do... Anyway, how do I look? Isn't my... They should have given me this sooner. Then I wouldn't have had to... Was that too much? Anyway, I'm ready to leave any time, so hurry up and go get Dr. Ham.
Captain? Wait, you're not captain anymore. Miss Elias, it's my mission.
Jin, stop and listen to me. You don't have to go to the White Knight Gulch.
Why do you keep saying that? You're just in time. She's making a huge fuss and trying to... Can you match everything in the bundle of optic nerves in the Eye of...
Okay. Well...
Huh?
I heard you still wake... You might deny it, but... I know what happened there. And, to be quite honest...
Captain.
I'm not your captain anymore.
All right. Actually...
Yeah. I'm sure Daya felt that... So, you can give me information about the Eye of Truth through Maya Sieve. I'm a little nervous about going on a medical...
I'm sure your ears a bit... And... Thank you.
I like it when you listen.
Ah! Why is everyone taking so long? Are we ever going to start this mission where we fix what we broke? You know what? I'll go first.
Bunny, wait! Oh, seriously. All personnel involved in the Eye of Truth recapture operation, please report to your assigned locations. Over. Damn, I was in such a hurry to leave, I forgot.
Seriously? How is that my fault?
To restore the Eye of Truth, first we'll need to find organic matter to feed the Vulgus biostructure. We can find some in the Fortress Control Facility and from samples of the Vulgus. I need plenty of it, so I'll need your help.
I'm going to scout the perimeter of the Order of Truth Fortress to see how many of them there are. And I'll get to test my ultimate peak performance while I'm at it.
Yeah, you're the right age to be running around. Let me know if you have any trouble, Bunny. I can help you. What is it, Bunny?
You'll know when you see it. Quickly!
This... could it be? Bunny, where are you right now?
I'm sending you my location. Meet me there. This is a record from one of Dr. Hand's squad members.
Enzo, are you there? If you don't mind, I'd like to take care of this before we secure the Eye of Truth.
Well, since I haven't connected the bioscanner yet, you can go ahead with some basic investigation, as long as you don't go in too deep.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Those Order scumbags. I can't believe they did this. Come to my location. I want to compare the data we've collected. Just as I suspected.
Wait, don't you think you're pushing yourself too hard? We need to get out of here or we'll be in real trouble. If we're cut off in a place like this...
You head back, Bunny. I can't give up. This is the closest I've come to Daya in years. I won't have another chance like this.
Well, then I'd prefer to help. So let's get going.
You saw it too, right? Mina's final record. From the energy distributions record. If the craft was you... Mina... Enzo, we'd better hurry up and recapture the Eye of Truth. I think Nell's theory is starting to hold up. I've got a pretty conclusive lead.
Wait, what? I thought you were looking for medical core records.
I'll explain when we get there. But first, check the data I just sent you.
delay. What is all this? The delay to the operation has allowed the enemy to bolster their defenses. Combat team, please provide cover until Glay is done.
I'm fine, Enzo. Just transmit the connection to the Kingston radar station. The bioscanner will intercept the electrical signals flowing to the eye. While that's happening, I'll focus the Eye of Truth on Sigma Sector as much as possible. The optic nerves will be cut quickly, so we'll only get one chance at it.
Understood. Leave it to me.
Enzo, I've connected the optic nerve to the biomonitor. Can you check and confirm?
Signal received. Eye of Truth reactivated. I don't believe it. All the data matches. We're picking up Vulgus responses and RK signals inside Sigma Sector.
All units, good job. Follow-up operations will be discussed at HQ.
Nell, you were right. I'm sorry.
I'm just glad you made it back safely. Now comes the difficult part.
I honestly don't know what to think. Not to mention the astounding data left behind by the medical corps. Carell. It's time we viewed Sigma Sec. Don't worry. Thanks to our if we can survive the void storms with a tactical but we'll need a tactical transport to get out of Sigma. We have no choice. I will be counting.
Harris, what's the status of the tactical transport?
Well, if Dr. Elias could lower her weapon, I might be able to focus a little better.
What? What does that mean? Glay, respond.
Okay, let's hear it. What is it that you need? Stay back, everyone! You said... Just... My daughter's... There's no guarantee she's... Shut up, Harris!
Clay.
Ajax, if you hadn't given Dia... Even when you knew, you failed to protect...
Clay, I've come to ask your permission. Just... Can you give me some... Yes.
Alright. HQ. Send...
Request granted.
Thank you, Clay.
Nell, Transport 7 is ready to launch. I'll be handing over transport controls to the Descendants.
Understood, Captain. You may proceed.
The Magisters have indeed taught us a great deal. If it weren't for the knowledge of technology, we would have been exterminated long ago. Inger's and the Ironheart would have already fallen to Volga's hands. However, sometimes I am concerned that our trust in the Magisters is misplaced. I'm not saying they will betray us. If it weren't for them, of course, we would never have been able to endure the century following the apocalypse. What I'm trying to say is that the Magisters haven't passed on everything they know. They value the truth more than their own lives. And they believe we will one day defeat Carell and bring peace to Ingers. There must be a reason the Magisters believe this. But unfortunately, I am not in possession of any knowledge which makes me believe it. As you know, we only know as much about the Ironheart and the void as the Magisters tell us. It may be disrespectful to me to say this, but I am sure there is information that the Magisters do not share with us. I am not sure if that information is positive or negative. I believe it is worth bearing in mind, Commander, that the Magisters are not human. Humankind must decide our own future. Descendant.